Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Let me tell you something. Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes, scheduled for November 22nd at the A&B Arena in Saudi Arabia. Let me tell you something. Y'all better stop sleeping on Abdullah Mason. I saw somebody post him. Abdullah Mason don't have a chin. He learned from that mistake. He learned from that mistake in that one fight. I am telling you, them guys fighting for that vacant WBO lightweight title at 135 pounds, I'm telling you right now, Abdullah Mason is glad that Keyshawn Davis vacated that belt. Mason's coming in there, man. 19 wins, 0 losses, 17 KOs. Noakes, 17 wins, 15 KOs. Can't sleep on Noakes either. I just think Abdullah Mason gets it. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out, man. For Abdullah Mason, you just got to understand, he's 21 years old. He's a rising star. You know, this is the fight that's going to put him right there where he wants to be at. Southpaw gives a lot of his opponents stylistic nightmares. Got a high knockout rate percentage. Got the momentum coming off a stoppage against Jeremiah Nakatila and other big wins. And he's motivated, man, to become the youngest current male world champion. Now with Sam Noakes, he's more experienced, 28 years old. That's what I believe his age is. At a higher level of rounds, he's had fights scheduled for 12 rounds previously. And all that can matter when you get into title fights because some guys get into uncharted territory and don't really know how to, navigate their way. Big punching power for Sam Noakes. This is where Abdullah Mason has got to be very careful. If either one of them land, they can hurt the other. But you just have to really stop and take a look at Sam Noakes. He's an underdog. He's willing to play the underdog role, and I think mentally that can work very well for him because he's like, all right, I'm going to come and upset the apple cart. And being viewed as a challenger, it reduces pressure because he's expected to lose. Mason, the one who on paper is the favorite who's expected to win. So Mason's the one who's got to come in there and show up and show out and not get knocked out. Now, some weaknesses and risks. I think for Mason, he hasn't really gone beyond the 6th round of his career. Fighting the full 12-round world title fight is new territory, but they do the work in training camp, so he should be okay. And although his record is powerful, quality of opposition might be questioned relative to his level. And that's just being real. I'm going to make my coffee. Being the favorite and younger, I just think it creates a lot more pressure and expectation. Now with Noakes, he might be seen as less technical or less polished compared to Mason. Some observers believe Mason has a skill advantage. If Mason uses his speed, southpaw angles, and youth, Noakes might be outboxed if he tries to mix it up too early or gets reckless. But if he plans to rely on power, facing a younger, more agile fighter could mean he has to avoid getting into a war he's not fully prepared for. So you may say, all right, well, who wins? They both have advantages, all right? The edge appears to favor Mason for now. You may say, why? Mason's youth, man. Upside, southpaw style, and momentum position him well. The lightweight division is shifting, and Mason is in the rising star phase, which often translates into wins at this age. And at this stage and at his age. Noakes has a puncher's profile and could upset if he catches Mason early, but facing a motivated, highly skilled prospect is just a tough task for anybody. So if I were picking, I'm telling you, I'm picking Mason. Mason to win by decision, maybe late stoppage, unless Noakes can land a big early shot. And if he does that, he's on his way. But the title is Mason's to claim unless Noakes executes the perfect game plan, lands a shot from the gods, and can avoid being outboxed. And then Sam Noakes is going to be on his way, and it'll be another, big-time upset with a young fighter like Abdullah Mason. Kind of like what we saw happen with Jared Hurd, but we knew he was going to get beat by Bacoli. So what's at stake for the winner? Look, the winner becoming a world champion. Massive career leap, increase in fight purse, increased market value, and really big fights next. For the loser, you just got to set back, rebuild, man. Less leverage in the future till you can get back to the position you were in. And given it's a vacant belt, the winner immediately becomes a title holder and has to defend a unified, so the pressure is high. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, let me tell you this. Depending on what happens here, who wins that fight, let me show you who they could be looking at fighting. Let me show you right here what they could be up against, what makes this interesting. So it's for the WBO, right? So Abdullah Mason and Noakes, the number 1 and number 2. Okay, it could be Chavez, Flores, Zepeda. Could be the mandatory to that WBO, which is interesting. But if you take a look at the current champions, Murray, Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and you look at the ranking stack, Shakir's number 1, then Gervonta Davis, Murray, Zepeda, Cruz, Schofield, Baranchek, Noakes is number 9. Noakes is number 8, Mason's number 9, then Body. So, as a matter of fact, who else is down here? Murray is about to fight Cruz. Shakir is fighting Teofimo. And Gervonta, who knows what he's doing. He's supposed to fight Schofield, but it is what it is. Anyway, I got Abdullah Mason winning the fight, but I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if Noakes got the win because he can fight too and he can crack. Anyway, y'all keep cool in the breeze.